In 15th century, a vicious battle is happening in the forest. A mighty warrior yells in pain, before grabbing a mysterious helmet and putting it on, getting ready to fight again. This is actually a dream that Anne is having at church. All the people attending are women, because the men are fighting in the Civil War. After Mass, Anne's mother-in-law Morwen becomes friends with a pregnant woman, touching her belly and hand as she wishes her the best. However, this is just a trick to steal her bracelet on their way home and wonder if the woman will miss the bracelet. Morwen points that she has plenty of jewelry, but they have nothing. As they cross the forest and hear a noise and turn around, a knight rides its horse slowly in the distance, and can't stop staring at them. Morwen calls her too, and they keep going. At home, she plants seeds. When she notices bleeding, she quickly washes it to hide it. Afterward, she cooks dinner, which is a simple stew because they don't have much food. Morwen's teeth aren't healthy, and has some chewing trouble, so she chews the food for her, and spits the bowl so Morwen can eat. After Morwen falls asleep, she eats the crumbs left in the pot. Then she also gets to bed and shares the bed with Morwen. Soon, she dreams about childhood, playing with two boys in the woods, and visiting the beach where once she fell. The next morning, Morwen goes market to sell the bracelet and vegetables that have grown. Meanwhile, she dreams about her husband Seamus coming home from war, but he falls on his knees, grabbing his head and screaming in pain, begging for help. The dream is interrupted by Morwen waking her up. She gets very happy to see Morwen brought some food, but when she cuts the onions, she discovers it's rotten. After Morwen throws it on the floor, says she does not mind as long as she has Anne, who starts crying. Morwen asks her have faith. Sometime later, she goes to the beach to get water and sees a fisherman singing while taking care of his boat. She comes closer and recognizes him as her childhood friend Iago, and wonder if he is back because the war is over. But Iago says the war is only over for him. When she asks about her husband, Iago's face falls. Later, the women feed Iago and ask about Seamus again. Iago describes how terrible war has been, and they were always surrounded by death, blood, and torture. He was a fisherman, not a soldier, and letting men kill each other would not change anything. One night, Iago and Seamus escaped from their army camp, determined to go home. Unfortunately, they were surrounded by thieves who killed Seamus. Morwen insists she wants to know how it happened, so Iago tells her. They split Seamus's neck to save him, and has a breakdown. So Iago gently touches her knee and offers sympathy. Afterward, she goes to the woods to cry alone and has a vision of herself and the boys as kids. She holds Seamus's hand. Nearby, the mysterious knight rides again. That night, Morwen wonders what will happen, and leaves the house to deal with grief alone. Sometime later, a boat crashes on the beach, and a young man crawls out of wreckage, as he notices crewmen nearby. Morwen appears behind and stabs him to death. Then she calls Anne and takes the money and valuables, while Anne is horrified by bodies and starts spraying, while Morwen pretends young man drowned like the others. Later, Morwen sells the loot in the market, and the women finally have a proper dinner. The next morning, working in the garden, she sees the knight staring from afar, and rushes inside in fear, keeping watch from the window. When he tells there is a man outside, Morwen says she is imagining things. Later, on her way to church, she walks past Iago and ignores him. However, he follows, offering company, and points she wouldn't walk with a man who isn't her husband. So Iago reminds that husband is dead. After Mass, Iago takes her home and tries to cat, but she is not happy, and goes inside with Anne. Iago insults her under his breath. While cooking, Morwen admits she never liked Iago because he carried jealousy even as child. She remembers angry eyes in Iago following Seamus, and defends him, saying he was her friend before marriage. However, Morwen tells her stay for safety, or be dragged to hell. Whenever Anne goes to town, Iago waits by road and walks with her in secret. In the woods, the knight continues riding. One day, Anne comes home, and finds Morwen invited a priest, who found it aside, then now making him eat the last food. To thank them, the priest showed relics from pilgrimage. Anne is impressed by trinkets, and priest tries to sell them. Saying they have no money, Morwen asks if anyone knows he's back from travels, and he says no. While praying, Morwen surprises him from behind and slits his neck to kill him, and points out he was a holy man. But Morwen disagrees, calling him a false pretender. Now they can sell his stuff to have food for the winter. The women drag the body and throw it into the river. Then Anne tries to wash blood off the floor. That night, Morwen shares rumors saying the priest was a philanderer, but still thinks the line crossed, though Morwen assures what's done to survive. Next day, Morwen leaves to market and covers the bloodstain with pelt. She hears strange noise outside, and finds old man staring back. Before he can react, the mysterious knight appears behind, and kills him with sword, and screams in fear, running away, while Knight watches on road, and trips falls. When Iago finds her and warns about Knight, but Iago has not seen anybody, and thinks imagining, air down and realizes she came for help. Flattered, and admits being scared of ending in hell if Demon Knight touches her. Iago snorts and says she should not believe mother's stories. Real hell is battlefield where thousands of men spill blood. Iago confesses his desire for Anne and tells her to meet him tonight where used to play as kids. On her way home, Anne finds Morwen wearing expensive clothes, eating and drinking like a queen. Then he wakes and confirms both are in bed as usual. After making sure Morwen sleeps, she sneaks off house walking down road hearing horse neighing. Eventually she finds Iago and kisses him anyway. They get naughty on the ground. Morning, Iago asks to live with him, but Anna turns him down, not wanting to abandon. On Morwen, Iago thinks Morwen will drain her life. Afterward she goes home and sneaks back bed, but Morwen sees and asks where she'd been, claiming fresh air. Morwen manipulates by saying will she die without her, because Anne is her guardian angel, sent to care in her son's absence. She does not want to be alone and promises to take care in return. A few nights later, a traveler walks road with car, and stops when finds Morwen blocking way. He asks what she wants and Morwen attacks him from behind, killing him. Then Morwen checks man pockets and takes useful things from cart, and finds wooden horse, which reminds her of night. In the woods, Night cleaning sword while having visions of battles. Later in church, Anna keeps looking at new mother with baby because the baby is crying. Mother takes child outside after mass, and gives the wooden horse baby. In afternoon, Iago comes to Anne but Morwen goes outside. Iago admits only here for Anne and tries enter house, but Morwen blocks. Points Anne deserve a second chance at marriage and kids, but Morwen says those only brought grief and wants to protect her. When Iago tries move again, Morwen threatens knife. Yells she will wait, then leaves. Morwen goes inside and finds Anne crying, so comforts her while reminding God's law. Later Anne go to church and tells Virgin Mary her heart is torn. Thinks unfair starving for things she cannot have, and prepares special tea making Morwen sleep very deeply. Then replaces conservative hairstyle with something prettier. Sneaking out meets Iago back, and after sharing stories chase each other like kids. After playing they get naughty again. At home, Morwen wakes and finds alone. She goes outside and hears horse approaching and hides pulling knife. Soon mysterious Night arrives and Morwen notices coin pouch with flower decoration. Night touches door but does not open, and leaves. Morwen decides to follow Night and find him falling on knees. She sees Anna and Iago being naughty nearby. Then Night tries walk away but falls again and groans in pain. Morwen stabs from behind but not enough to kill him. Night crawls away struggling to breathe. After rolling downhill, Night lands in stream. Morwen rushes and chokes him until dead. Then happily takes coin pouch but hear creepy whispers from helmet. Morwen decides to take it off next morning, and admits Iago that she feels guilty about sinful thoughts. She is envious of the church mother, and want baby and necklace, calling it terrible greed. Iago says can give if live with him. She calls greedy, and gets naughty again. Hours later Anne comes home, and declares will live with Iago. At first Morwen ignores, but Anne explains Seamus is gone. Morwen grabs her hand and asks not to say name. Then insult telling will burn like sinner and Nightshell will come, and she will cheer them. Afraid, Anne runs away and reaches Iago's house. Hugs him announcing will not let Morwen control anymore. Middle of night wakes, hears noise, horrified seeing Night in front. Attacks with sword and wakes for real. Afterward Anne convinces Iago to come to church. Iago keeps yawning and stays after mass to pray, thinking about childhood beach fight between Seamus and Iago. Iago tells they go home, but Anne wants to pray for Seamus and Morwen. Frustrated Iago reminds that Seamus died after men hit him, and Anne calls out since last time said thieves killed him. Iago thinks person who did it irrelevant. Point is army killed Seamus. When Anne demands truth, Iago confesses loved her since childhood, and wants to leave Seamus and mother behind. Anne tired of excuses and threatens never speak if he does not confess. Iago reveals Seamus changed during war, ambition grew to the point killing random men for their money. Flashback shows Seamus took flower pouch from dead body. One night after Iago and Seamus escaped army they were approached by mysterious Night. Seamus jumped fight, and exchanged blows, stabbing Night the same way his mother did. But still not enough, so he stabbed again multiple times and took helmet. Put it on feeling stronger than ever. After seconds grabbed head and yelled in pain, tried remove helmet but could not, so Iago left him behind. Meanwhile Morwen took helmet home but kept thinking about what was seen. It turns out person under helmet was Seamus, who started wearing Night armor after defeating him, and had burned face. This means, she killed her beloved son. She laughed and cried repeating, "You came back to me." At church, Iago finishes his story saying, didn't have choice, and thought Morwen was right. He is just jealous boy. Then leaves church ignoring pleas. Outside finds priest on ground with neck cut by knife. He hears noise and looks up find Night. Terrified Anne runs home, finding house empty. Soon Night comes looking for her, and when run again freezes hearing name. Night begs remove helmet voice reveals. Morwen wonders if mother-in-law tries to scare submission, but Morwen asks pity because hurts badly. Then Anne tries to take helmet off and sees images of Morwen burning. No matter how pulls, helmet won't come off, makes pain worse. Next Anne grabs cross hits and head helmet breaks revealing burn marks. Morwen apologizes, begs forgiveness, and Anne helps up. On ground, two parts of helmet come together again, and see dark souls of people it killed coming out. Rushes house blocking door with furniture. Someone pounds on door waits, until over and open door find helmet on floor. Heard whispers coming from it, and picks up while Morwen tells not touch cursed and assures nothing to fear, because helmet has no power over her, and Morwen notices hail around head before going blind. In morning, Yago finds Anne Beach and says, wants her and replies does not belong anyone. Yago points out always talk demons, but he is not the one hurting her. Angry Anne runs away and Yago screams insults. Afterward Anne goes home and makes tea for Morwen, but now in control household. Later goes woods and open chest containing helmet, picks up to listen whispers.